on time and doing them right and doing them 100% and giving great effort and, you know, acting like a real dude. And guess what? When you act like a real dude, I'm usually not on your ass a whole lot.
What's the real dude?
I just, like I said, I mean, he's taking care of business. I mean, he's, you know, tell him to be meeting at 2 o'clock. He's there at 1:52. You know, you tell him you got a, you know, assignment or a homework assignment that's 10 questions. You do all 10 questions. You know, you got a tutor appointment at 7. You're there at 6:55. You know, and so just handling everything for the most part. I mean, we all make mistakes every now and again. Every now and again, the alarm doesn't go off, or whatever the case may be. But on a consistent basis, he has, for whatever reason, I don't claim to take credit for it, but he has started acting like a man and not a boy.
What's it like having him as the only dude? Tom, what's it like having him as the only dude pretty much right now? I mean,
here's a funny story. This is real, because Luke Morgan, the scout team guys really don't ever meet with in the corner. So like the walk-ons really don't meet with us. Yeah. Stephen Collier was meeting with the scout team. Braxton was in Birmingham rehabbing. JT, I think, had just had surgery or was doing something, so he wasn't in the meeting. So it was literally my quarterback meeting for like 3 days straight was just me and Cardell. Yeah. And then there's a tradition. We have a tradition that we don't take the field. We don't leave the meeting room without getting a break. You know, QBs on 3. 1, 2, 3 QBs. Yeah. So it was me and Cardell staring at each other. 1, 2, 3 QBs. Yeah. A little weird, but that's how it went.
Has that been as intense though? A month? I mean, of like obviously, you know, you were going after a job, but I'm talking about just your dealings with him from 4 or 5 weeks ago. He was, you know, he was going to be on the bench, and now he's your guy in the biggest game probably you've ever coached in. Just talk about that interplay just between you and him. How much that has really increased?
I wish I could tell you more. Maybe not a ton more. You know, we really tried. I know it sounds cliched or maybe unbelievable or fantasy. I don't know, but when he was the backup, you know, we spent as much time and we prepared as hard as we would have if he was the starter and vice versa. So
yeah, he said that.
Yeah, it really has.
But to know he was paying attention now. I mean,
time spent and information absorbed and retained might be two different things. Yeah. But the time spent and energy spent hasn't really changed much.
Tom, if Jalen is your backup still, I don't know that he is or isn't, but does he meet with the quarterbacks at all? How do you get him prepared to be a number 2 if he's got to do everything else to be ready to play H or?
Yeah, he's really sharp mentally, you know, so that helps. Is that you can, you know, he sees the game like a quarterback because he played the position. He knows, you know. Now that it's a little faster, the terminology is different. What we ask him to do is a ton different than what he did in high school. But at least, you know, kids that have never played the position have a hard time seeing it through that lens, and he can at least see the game through that lens. And so you tell him certain things. I mean, he's a really sharp kid. You tell him one time, he kind of gets it. And then so when we're watching film as an offensive staff, I'll tell Coach Smith, hey, make sure you tell Jalen on this play, you know, make the play come up where he got a rep at quarterback in practice. Hey, you know, Jalen, he should have taken a deeper drop on that, or hey, he should have played the other side because the free safety spun out. Whatever the case may be, whatever the note is, then that gets relayed to him through Coach Smith, and then, you know, we go on the field and kind of coach him right before the snap and after the snap, and he's good.
How many reps does he need? How many are you giving him? How do you handle this?
Well, he's not going to get the whole game plan. That's the thing. Is you know, for a guy like that to say, well, you know, here's our call sheet. You know, we've had a month. We get bored as coaches. We probably have too many plays, too many formations already. But to say that he's going to learn them all, that would be foolish. We say, hey, Jalen, here's what you need to know. Here's your little box that if we had to go win the game, we would rather try to win the game with these 15 plays and you at quarterback than have you try to learn the whole thing and then you not perform very well.
How come